Whew, Lord. All right, guys, it's hot, so I'm gonna try to get this one done really quickly here. Now, thank you for tuning into another video. That we're gonna do another review. This one is on Chasing Atlanta, season 5, episode 11. Okay, so we're gonna review the. We're going to review this one, okay? This was a good episode. This was a really good episode. Now, these last couple of ones have kind of been like a filler. I'm not gonna even lie to you. Like, to me, they were more fillerish, okay? If you hear some background noise, it is what it is. It's more than me in here. Anywho, so they left off with Neek's decision. That was like the cliffhanger from the last episode, right? And I know in my mind, I was just like, is this man really gonna drag this out? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, you was wrong from the very beginning. You got some tea. It was the wrong tea. Some people carried the wrong tea, and it was just wrong. It was just wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it was just wrong. So, whether you want to apologize about it or not, just let it go, if nothing else. That's what I was thinking. So, we enter in this new episode, and he actually apologized, which I was like, Lord, thank you, Jesus. Because I really thought this man was really about to really sink to a new low of petty. And I wasn't here for it. So, I am glad to see that he chose to, just reconcile to some degree. Yeah. And just, like, let it be done. Like, it's over and over. It's over and over. It's over. You feel me? And then, like, he said something about he unblocked everybody that was blocked. Which, Oliver, you asked that messy question. Talking about who was blocked. But I'm glad to see how Dominique actually answered that question. Which was, it doesn't matter now because everybody's unblocked. And so I was here for that answer as well. So good to be on your toes like that. That was good. Now you did accept Cassidyne's apology. And I thought that was very big of Cassidine actually to apologize to you when he honestly felt like he was the victim in the case as far as being wrong from the very beginning because he was lied on. And he was... he said some pretty mean things about him. So, there's that. But then you did all of that and you seemed like you was doing good or it was all good on the scene. But then you went to your green screen and you threw some shade again. Like, I just didn't understand that because it was like... So you really playing it up for the camera? It's like, we know y'all do that, but to make it that obvious, it's like, so... Is there a problem or is there not a problem? Because like all in this man's face, you was like piped down, you know what I'm saying? And you was all like, oh, it's cool, whatever the case may be. He says you didn't apologize. I don't know because I wasn't there and I didn't get the full clip. So he said you didn't apologize, and I could see that possibly happening. But in my mind, I thought what you rendered was somewhat of your way of apologizing. But apparently you just lied because at the end of the day you went to your green screen, which I know is shot well after the scenes are shot, and you shaded him, so it was just dumb. Next, Drew brings like 5 other guys out to the back porch with him because he wants to basically present them with a gift. He basically said that he's dealing with a lot of depression and even felt like he wanted to be unalive, as some people would say. So, he had built a relationship with at least 5 of the guys, and because of their support and him being grateful for them being there for him, he wanted to give them a gift and explain it to them. So he gave him some bottles, which he even said was for alcohol. Now, this is my problem that I have with that. The bottles that are for alcohol, if you're dealing with depression, anybody knows anyone dealing with depression, especially anyone that's feeling like they want to be unalive, alcohol is probably not going to be your best bet. It's just not. It's already been statistically proven that it is a downer and that you don't want to do it because you do things you don't always mean when you're under the influence of the alcohol. So I wasn't here for the way that he was promoting, drinking by usage of the cups. So I wasn't here for that. I would have just rather him be just like, for the water that y'all need to be drinking in between all this alcohol. I would have rather him done that, but especially with him dealing with depression and things of that nature, I feel like at that point they were supposed to step up, at least one of them, and just be like, you know what, we probably don't need to be doing all that drinking anyway. Like, we going to, promote drinking water or non-alcoholic beverages. And then apparently Jay Moore and Drew have some type of beef. They haven't been seeing eye to eye for whatever reason. Of course, we don't get all of the skinny on that, but whatever the case may be. So he decides to go on his green screen and, throw a little shade and basically let everybody else know that him and Drew haven't been seeing eye to eye for the last couple weeks. And so hopefully they get into that a little bit more. Now, we go down to the resort. The guys and the gals all hit the moonshine bar. We see Cameron. He's doing his thing. He has his 2 phones in front of his face and, showing us some work that he's doing. And so they go down to the moonshine. Now, the moonshine bar, they have different flavors of moonshine. Some of them have had it. Some of them haven't. I personally have had moonshine, and I don't recommend it to anyone, especially that moonshine that you get from the backwoods, that they don't really know the proof on it, but they're estimating what they think the proof is. All I'm saying is you can end up in a very dangerous situation or passed out in the grass. That's all I'm going to say on that. So they was down there drinking the moonshine. They was drinking these little shots. And they was wondering probably why those shots were so small. It's because moonshine is real. And it is definitely more potent than the average liquor that you probably drink. Liquor or liqueur that you probably indulge in, So, yeah, it'll get you. Because as even Willa says, she don't even know if she was going to be walking straight. But that's my whole point. Moonshine, drink responsibly, dilute. Now I'm pretty sure the stuff that they sell in the stores with all the flavors and stuff, it's probably, under some type of legal advisory, something, I don't know. But regular moonshine, because I'm not gonna lie, I had it before they started selling it in stores. And baby, that stuff can really start a car. No lie. So they're down there, and Cam treated everybody to the moonshine bar. Now they sit down. He did it, the moonshine. It got to him, and it prompted him to have a sit down with Rico and with Neek. Now he wanted to really address Neek more so. Rico was just his friend. He just kind of felt like Rico was kind of stuck in the middle of it because he was just friends with the two. But he didn't really have no beef with Rico, so that was a good thing. They squashed the beef, threw some apologies. Of course, in the green screens, they act like they really didn't want to be sitting down and all this other kind of stuff. Throw they shade. It's just like, they do it for the camera so much. Some of them, especially, do it for the camera so much. It's like we can't tell when it's authentic and when it's not. And I'm just over it. All right. A couple of them went on a bonding trip. I think it was Rico with the K, Oliver, and a couple others. They went on a bonding trip and they decided to jump from off a cliff and whatever. Most of them were scared, but whatever, they went through, they did it. Now the other guys were at a restaurant. I didn't catch the name of that restaurant, but what I did catch was Jay Moore's face. Jay Moore had the most sourpuss like expression on his face I had ever seen in my life, and I was just really sitting there like, is he really gonna look like that sour while everybody around him is laughing and talking? It was just like, way to bring it down. Way to bring the mood down, sir. I understand that you have an issue, and I'm pretty sure that you talk enough, because you're Libra. You speak enough to let everyone know that you have an issue. So I'm sure everyone knows that you have an issue with Cameron. We're just over it. We're over it. So it was really, for me, it was just like, boy, say something or shut up, like, for real. But just sitting here looking sour, and I love Jay Moore. Jay Moore was like one of my favorites for the new cast members. He was my favorite, because I just felt like, oh dang, his style is fly. I like his work. I like the way he carries himself. It was cool. I liked it, But, baby, I was over that. Don't be a sourpuss. Like, if you know your energy is off, the same thing they said about Will. If you know your energy is off, if you know you quick to snap, you quick to do whatever, because you're in a bad mood, remove yourself from the place. Because I mean, to bring everybody else's energy down, that's just selfish. Anywho. So Cam got this next season comment that he made because he telling everybody his side of the story again. So we learned about the whole Jay and Moore situation, sit down, whatever, that Cam and Jay and Moore had. I'm so tired of rehashing this. He basically said that he was asked, who do you think wouldn't come back for the next season? Okay, well, I actually saw the doggone interview, and what they actually said was, who do you think should not come back for the next season? In which he replied, Jay Moore. I don't know why he lied about that, but, bro, come on, keep it real. For real. Keep it real, because I seen the interview, and they did not say would. They definitely said should. So unless it's a different interview than the one I saw, they most definitely said, who do you think should not come back next season? And you replied, Jay Moore. Which I'm not understanding why. I understand y'all have y'all differences and things, but the dude really is a designer. The dude really does have clientele. The dude really is chasing his dreams. And so I'm just not understanding what part of what he's doing is not fitting into the mold of chasing Atlanta. Keep going. Then Troy and Rico. Okay, Troy and Rico, they, went out and basically squashed everything that they had going on, which I really wasn't too aware of what all was going on between them. But whatever it was, they decided to squash it. And they also expressed how they were so tired of listening and hearing about this Jay Moore and Cam situation. And I was so glad Rico said it the way he did, even though it was truly bold and outside of what we get to see out of Rico normally. I was just so glad to hear him say it the way that he said it, because we are all sick and tired of listening to Cam and Jay Moore go back and forth about nothing. It's old, tired, and through, like, for real. Okay, now they pan over to another scene. Now we got Jay Moore sitting here telling his side. We done got Cam's side for the 50th time. We got to get Jay Moore's side for the 51st time. Okay. So now he tells his side of the story. He's talking to Willa mostly, but I think Cassadine was in the scene, as well as Kendra. Their reaction was priceless, especially Kendra. Kendra probably had the best reaction of all. So basically, Jay Moore drops this big old bomb that him and Cameron have been intimate with one another. Let's just put it that way, okay? They've been intimate with one another, and basically is saying that is why this whole situation has been going on for so long. Now, if you've been keeping up with this season, you know that bomb was already dropped weeks ago. And so, therefore, it wasn't new to a lot of us, but it was new to some of us. So, with that being said, yes, he dropped the bomb that him and Cameron have been having relations, okay? And at this point, I don't know who is more upset, because honestly, I will put it this way. The way that it's edited, it would seem as if Jay Moore is all super upset and been out of shape. It would seem as if Cameron is just more whatever. He's not really saying much until he's addressed. But truth be told, both of them queens is walking around saying stuff, and both of them is talking about each other, and both of them are throwing shade. And I think what it is just that one of them tend to do it more on camera and the other one doesn't. Because I see that interviews and things that are going on, and they both throw shade at each other. I think it's equal. I've seen after shows, and I'm gonna say the same thing. They both throw shade at each other. So I just feel like a part of it is because of the way that it's edited, because they're definitely both throwing shots back and forth. And if Rico and Troy are tired of hearing it, I'm tired of hearing it, Oliver's tired of hearing it, Willa's tired of hearing it, everybody's tired of hearing it. We're all over it. And so, yeah, I was glad that he got it off his chest for the 100th time. But nonetheless, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? So, Cassadine and Wayne, going to the next scene. Cassadine and Wayne is talking, Cassadine, Wayne yeah, I'm sorry. Cassadine had his moment earlier with Neek with the table and the situation, and I guess Wayne felt like he was kind of upset about it, or was bent out of shape. He felt some type of way that wasn't positive apparently, and so he wanted to talk to him or whatever case maybe whatever. So Wayne Cassadine was just saying like he really didn't feel like he had closure, but then he was saying that he didn't need closure. It just is what it is, whatever. And then all of a sudden, they started talking about Cam and J.O. Moore, which, what is that boy name? Wayne. Wayne definitely seemed surprised to hear about the news with Cam and J.O. Moore and their little lovers quarrel. So, yeah. And all of a sudden, here come Cam. I just thought it was so random. It's like they kind of trying to make it seem like, oh, like he heard his name so he came around the corner, but whatever. He came around the corner, but he must have ran around the corner, because when I tell you, bro was breathing so hard. He was breathing so hard, y'all. Like, for real, for real. Hold on for just a second. He was on Boston Where was I? I'm back. He must have ran around the corner because he was breathing very hard. And I sat there for the longest, honestly, trying to figure out why he was breathing as hard as he was. Because I couldn't understand. Now we finally get to the round table discussion. J. Moore sitting here looking crazy. Everybody else is making it seem like they're having a good time. But for whatever reason, this man is sitting here looking retarded at the table with his lips all snarled and everything. And he's making everybody uncomfortable and bringing everybody's vibration down yet again, including mine. So it's skin and tacos and everybody's all, I don't know, they're all dressed in some form of pajama type party, whatever they feel like, pajama, lingerie. It was like lingerie, pajama, whatever. So the girls, they're in the kitchen, they're cooking, they have on their nice outfits, and they were looking nice. And then the guys, for the most part, were looking nice as well. Jay Moore had his, grandeur pajama set, but it was still nice nonetheless. Everyone was nice. Rico Cassadine, I'm sorry your thing didn't make it. Yeah. She was kind of like the sore thumb out just because everybody else was like dressed and he wasn't. So that's unfortunate. All right. They sit down at this table and they eating this food, and then Jay Moore not wanting to eat. So, Willa asked him, what was going on, what was wrong, because, they've cooked, and he doesn't want to eat. And so, then he just starts addressing Cameron. This shit finally boils to the head, and he finally gets to yell and scream, even though he didn't say anything he wanted to say, anything that he said before, anything that he told the guys that he wanted to address, none of his key points, none of his bullets. Baby, you should have had a doggone card. You should have took some notes. You just should have took notes. Because had you taken some notes, you wouldn't have just been rambling and, as Troy would say, scrambling. Because that's what you just looked crazy. And we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. It's hot, y'all. You done yelled at Rico with a K. He done got mad. And, baby, I don't know what that was. But that was Rico with a K. He's angry. And he done got up and he done stormed out because he feel disrespected, which he was being disrespectful. Because, I mean, I understand you 6'7" and all. But they don't give you no right to scream at nobody, Jay. Come on now. Like, we normally give Troy that type of energy, but I'm gonna give it to you today because you was yelling and screaming at everybody. You screamed at Willow, and she was just trying to help you get your points out. She was trying to help you keep from rambling, and you screamed at her. Like, you can't just go around doing that, bro. For real, for real. And then Willow, baby, and Oliver. She was calling it like she see it. A lot of people be saying it, but they don't say it out loud. A lot of people think it rather, and they just don't say it out loud. But I mean, Oliver, I love Oliver. I do. One of my favorite characters. I've loved him ever since he's been on Chasing. However, he knows that some of the questions are going to ruffle some feathers. He knows that, or that they may ruffle feathers. Sometimes he can word the questions a little better because it does come off as just being messy. But still, at the end of the day, he tries to get on it. He tries to move past it, but he's also bringing that entertainment factor to the reality show. So what she said was real. What she said was true. And he knew that too. But I just don't feel like he could tell her the real reason in front of the cameras as to why. Because I'm pretty sure that that's his job on the show, is to, keep it entertaining. Alright. Now Jay is pissed or whatever, and he said he lost some money over some of Cameron's comments. And then one hand it was like he could have possibly lost some money. And then on the other hand, it was like he did lose. I don't know. Understand if your brand hurts by some comments or words that someone says, information someone puts out about you, whether it be true or not. If it hurts your business, I understand why he would have been upset about it. Especially to the tune of $54,000. Let me stick that in there. I understand. So he's mad at Cam, but then he overall pretty much just get mad at everybody because, he doesn't feel they're taking him seriously, and he doesn't feel, I guess, respected in some aspect, because basically when everybody was having their conversation earlier that morning, I guess he felt like he didn't have anything to say. Everybody took it seriously, but because he didn't understand the reason why everybody was kind of tripping out, bro, is because he was kind of freaking out. Like, you was just yelling and screaming and rambling and hitting the table and stuff. And so with all the theatrics going on, nobody can even hear what you're saying because they're too busy looking at the fireworks. So he just didn't understand it, I guess. But nonetheless, everyone's over the situation. They're trying to move past it. And at this point, I really don't think, or at that point, I think he was so angry he didn't even know what he wanted. Because he kept saying just to respect my stuff, whatever that means, which they tried to get him to break that down, but again, overwhelmed at the moment. He did do a good job. Okay, so then they finally start having fun because the drama's dragged on for long enough now. We've seen the whole J.M. Moore thing play out. J.M. Moore Cam situation. We've seen the whole thing play out. So they finally start actually playing some games. And, they start performing and stuff. The liquor's flowing. They're just having fun, which is cool. And the show pretty much ends. Well, unless you want to count the fact that the next thing goes to another cliffhanger with Neek yet again. And this whole relationship he has or had with his partner, and it doesn't look too good. It really doesn't look too good. So that's unfortunate. Best wishes to you with that, though. they're not together no more. So I guess that's done. Well, you know what? Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep trying. Keep trying. Somebody's out there for you. Maybe that just wasn't the one, and maybe the one that is really for you will be there for you when you need them to be. If you get, the rest out the way. I don't know. I just wish you well in your endeavors. But y'all, that's it for this. Again, this is Chasing Atlanta. There wasn't really much of a chase, I think, in this episode. However, even though you're a business owner, you are still a person. You're still a human being. You still have emotions and feelings, and you still have to deal with daily struggles, day-to-day issues, and people, most importantly. So we got to see how this played out for these people. Hopefully we were able to learn something, because smart people learn from their own mistakes, while wise people learn from the mistakes of others. So hopefully you were able to pick up something from this and understand that you're not alone in your day-to-day struggle. You see, these people, they own businesses, they have products and services and things, and they go through what the bull too, basically. Alright, but yeah, thank you again for tuning into another video. Before we get out of here, let's go ahead and get to let's see if I can get it up here. Let me see. Up, I got just one clip. Alright, after that small clip, thank you so much for tuning in to another video. All my social media has been strolling across the bottom. All you gotta do is just rewind it a little bit, and you'll get each and every social media platform that I am on. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, peace out.